Oh my God, you guys. So this is the second part of Real Housewives of Atlanta. If I don't sound enthused, it's because I'm kind of not. Okay? It's just, it seems like a whole bunch of nothing really, like a few little parts here and there, but there's no tea actually being spilled anywhere. Okay? So I'm just kind of over it at this point. But let's just get into my notes. Okay. So Portia says that whenever she tries to better herself, the other girls always think it's something negative, no matter what it is. Not one single positive thing from anything that they say. And I'm like, you act like you positive towards them. Let's be fucking real, okay? You do not like Kenya. Kenya does not like you. Candy was your fucking friend, which is why she and Phaedra were the only people that gave money to you on Celebrity Apprentice. But for you now to not see how you played the fuck out of Candy by acting like she wasn't really your friend, and Phaedra was the only one that was really your friend, and so you had to come to bat and put your nose in the business. Okay, between them two, that's how we got here, Portia. Not because anybody was mistreating your ass. And another thing, nobody on this motherfucking show has been bullied. Stop saying that shit. Stop using that as the word to describe when motherfuckers don't get along with you, okay? Because we don't get along, because we don't like what each other has to say. We're gonna label it fucking bullying. That is bullshit to me. That's bullshit to me. It works on my nerves. And yes, I do feel like the other ladies sometimes antagonize Portia. Like when they were at the table. At some point, I felt like somebody should have just dropped the fucking issue since it wasn't really going into the right direction. But because Kenya has backup with Candy and Cynthia with how they all feel towards Portia, that gave, her a little bit more fire to antagonize Portia. So yes, I do agree there. But at the same time, nobody is fucking bullying you, bitch. Okay? And Kenya, you do provoke people. Yes, you do. Okay? Yes, you do, bitch. You do provoke people, and there are bitches out here that provoke ass whippings. Yes, yes, absolutely. Okay? But we're gonna get into that later. Y'all, they asked if Portia feels as though Cynthia and Kenya still got what they deserved when she kicked Cynthia in the coochie and dragged Kenya down to the ground. She says that no, but she doesn't think she got what she deserved either, and she feels like next time she'll make better decisions. Okay, here's my thing though. Why we can't just be real? You know what I'm saying? Why we can't just be real and say the reason why I haven't really fully apologized to Kenya? Because you didn't apologize. You said you may have went her the wrong way, but you never said that you were sorry for what you did because you weren't sorry. And that's what I want you to admit. Say I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for pulling that bitch by the hair, but I am sorry for kicking Cynthia in the coochie. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best move. Okay, I feel like when Portia got into the altercation with Cynthia, that's when everybody was like, okay, this is on a whole nother level. It's not just about Kenya. And I think that is what made everybody have pause when it comes to her because of how Cynthia got up and walked away, and then Portia followed her and proceeded to get on top of her. And then, all of this shit, I'm sorry, it was Cynthia that kicked Portia in the coochie. My bad, y'all. Somebody was going to tell me about myself with that one. But either way, y'all know what I'm saying. She got on top of her, and that's why she kicked her in the cooch, okay? You got kicked in the cooch because you went over there and got in that lady's face. That was what the fuck happened, okay? Of course, Kenya has to bring up what happened with that production assistant that Portia was chasing down the fucking alleyway. We don't know nothing about that. Ain't nobody going to talk about it. Ain't nobody going to dwell on it. We're going to let it go. Okay, bottom line though, Portia, you are not being fucking bullied just because bitches don't like you right now. Like, that's really what it is. Phaedra feels as if Portia has been bullied, and I feel like everything Phaedra says is a lie, so I don't know why she's talking. Then we get on Kenya and her abused white woman storyline and how Sheree told her that she provoked Matt's, responses to her. And then Kenya says that as a woman who was abused, how are you going to say that I brought that on myself? Did you bring it on yourself? That's why Kenya brought that up. Do I feel like Kenya was trying to taunt Sheree when she said that? No. Do I feel like Sheree thinks that all women, are provoking men to get their ass whipped? No. But I do think she was pointing out that Kenya provokes people, and she probably is provoking Matt's crazy ass to act even crazier than he would normally act, which I agree with. But Sheree, You got abused, and that's why Kenya made that point. You sitting up there talking about, I don't even know how she knows that about me because we don't talk. When Kenya sits up there and says, bitch, we did talk, we had lunch, that's why I know this. Don't you remember that conversation? Why does it even fucking matter where it came from, Sheree? The point is, you were trying to make a point about her provoking people that was kind of fucked up the way you said it, which is why she was able to make that point about you being abused, even though you kind of lied about it and said you had never been abused. And, you know, we get into this whole this whole thing about Sheree feeling like, you know, yeah, I didn't want to tell anybody about that. That was a secret, whatever. But her whole thing with Portia was that, how are you going to sit up here and be afraid of Portia, but you're not afraid of the man that's busting all your fucking windows open and shit? And it's really simple. I'm fucking him, not fucking Portia. Therefore, I don't have any tolerance level for her and her bullshit. And I understood what Kenya meant by that. But at the same time, it is a double-edged sword, bitch. Stop acting like y'all was so scared that Portia was going to do something to one of y'all. I did feel like that was overkill at the time. Like, really? Do we really think she going to be out this motherfucker jumping on people for no damn reason? Like, I understood what Portia was coming from with them being scared of her. But at the same time, it's like, those are not the same type of situations. You know what I'm saying? And Kenya, you really should have had more pause with Matt than you did with Portia. You know what I mean, y'all? I totally get where they're coming from, where Sheree and Portia are coming from with this shit with Kenya, because Kenya does do the white, you know, the white woman, I got beaten, abused bullshit, where she wants people to feel sorry for her, but then she pokes fun, and then I don't think it was poking fun, but she throws slugs at people about shit. And they get mad when they do it to her. And doesn't understand how her antagonizing and provoking people can lead to her getting her ass whooped. She don't understand that. Talking about no woman can ever, yes, the fuck they can. I've seen women provoke an ass whooping. I've seen women hitting a man in the face. He tell her stop. She's still doing it. And he whopped the fuck out her ass. And now, Bernard, like, get the fuck out of here, bitch. Like, women can provoke an ass whooping. Not all the time. And it doesn't make it right. That's another thing. Just because you can provoke somebody doesn't mean that some man should just all out start whooping your ass like you a nigga off the street. Okay? So let's look at it from all standpoints. Yes, you are wrong for provoking him. But once he put his hands on you, he is therefore wrong as well. Now you two wrong motherfuckers together. Okay? And that's probably how we got here in the first goddamn place, for y'all to be beating up on one another. And somebody asked, when Kenya gonna stop hiring people to be her man on the show? I was like, okay, she may have hired that first nigga, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I do not think she hired Matt. I think she struck gold with that situation with Matt. I wanted to fuck him. He wanted to fuck me. He seemed a little crazy, and I'm just smart enough to get that crazy up out of him for these television ratings. Thank you. Okay? Kenya is very manipulative. She has always been that way. It just so happens that this season she hasn't been doing as much bullshit as she normally does. And she's had she's had Candy and Cynthia kind of on her side when it comes to her arguments with Portia and when it comes to the Matt situation, because you can't really blame a woman when a nigga is out here acting crazy like that. Like, that nigga's just crazy. Okay, yeah, Kenya, you crazy too, but that nigga's crazy. We're not gonna, act like that's not happening right now. Then we get on all the shit that Matt be posting online, posting and deleting all the fucking time. He posted about Kenya's new old man, okay? And Andy asked her about it, and she was like, that was between me and you, Andy. And he was like, boo. Okay, Matt just posted this whole soliloquy to your new man and talking about he left condoms in your drawer and all of this type of shit. And then, we get on when the timeline with Matt. When did you stop fucking with him? Because didn't you fuck him in the car, bitch? I mean, I never saw him. I mean, bitch, did you fuck him in the car? I fucked him in the car. Okay? I didn't want him to come to my house, and I needed a dick. What do you want me to tell you? Okay? Weak moment. Like, I just feel like the things that they try to make a point out of is like, who the fuck cares? Who cares that they fucked in a car? Okay? Then we get on Phaedra and her lying, y'all. From the rooter to the tutor, okay? From her lying about when she got pregnant because she didn't want anybody to know that she was fucking Apollo before she actually got married to him, to the divorce. Like, bitch, why are you always lying so goddamn much, okay? Are you divorced? She says that she is divorced and she already paid the $100,000 to Apollo's ass, so she has no idea why he stayed contesting divorces, especially when he got another bitch that he so-called engaged to. We don't know, okay? Kenya and Candy start to give the deets on how because you know Phaedra got to give y'all her paperwork. She come out with the paperwork that says she was divorced in July last year. They said that yeah, you may have tried to get divorced last year, but you put the names on there wrong purposefully. And I'm like, why the fuck would she do that? Why would she put the names on the divorce wrong? I didn't get it, okay, but I know that's probably some shit that she was trying to not give him, or probably some shit like that as to why that took place. But we already heard Apollo say that she said they weren't going to get the divorce right now, and then he gets the papers that they're getting a divorce. So it's like she's always trying to do something underhanded, and I don't understand why. Here's my thing. I'm getting so fucking tired of you people on these shows that want to be so secretive about the simplest of things. If you're dating somebody, if you're getting a divorce. And Phaedra says, I didn't want to tell the women because they weren't my friends. Bitch, it doesn't matter. Why are you on this show then? Why are you on this show if you're only close enough with one other person on the show and you won't tell anybody else any information about yourself that's true? And she says that, you know, if I'm obliging you with an answer, that's because I'm trying to be courteous, but I don't owe you an honest answer. It's like, bitch, do you not see how you being a dishonest person makes you, I don't know, less than Southern Belly? Like, I don't know how else to say that shit, bitch. Like, you're a dishonest, manipulative person too, Phaedra, and it's very tiring to watch you sit up there and try to act like you don't do the things that you do, okay? Then we find out that her and Shamar Moore might have a little something going on, and in that moment, I was like, go ahead, Phaedra, get him, girl. Go ahead, girl. He was licking all on your neck. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead and date that bisexual-ass man. They asked Kandi if she felt like Mama Joyce was being inappropriate when she went to Phaedra's lawyer asking him about Phaedra's divorce. She said yes, absolutely. Her mom was out of line with that. And Phaedra takes this time to, I don't know why they're so obsessed with me. I don't know why they want to know what's going on with me. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure her mother's investigative, talents would be best used with their situation. And Kandi is like, what situation is that, bitch? And she's like, your restaurant, it isn't open yet. Oh, we are opening next week, though, bitch. Okay, don't get it twisted. And don't think I don't know that you called down to the city trying to find out what's going on with us so that you can try to put up roadblocks, okay, and make it hard for me to open my motherfucking restaurant. Don't think I don't know, okay? Then Phaedra like, what do you mean? What are you trying to say? I have that much power? I have that much power? She's like, yes, bitch, you do have friends down at the courthouse because you are a lawyer and probably have to go there a lot and be nice to people so you can get your fucking paperwork quicker sooner than later. Because I know how people be at the motherfucking records department. If they got to get you a lot of shit and they don't like you, you might be waiting a while, okay? That's all I'm saying. So, Phaedra, yes, let's not fucking act like you don't have friends in high places that can give you information on whether Kandi is, has gotten the right permits and all of that shit. Like, you can call somebody and check to see if she's got the right permits. That way you can fuck her shit up a little bit if she ain't on her shit. I think exactly that's the type of thing that Phaedra does. That's exactly the type of thing that she does. And Kandi says, like, bitch, we saw you do it with Johnny, with your old fucked up ass math. That's why you ain't winning no cases now. Talking about I pay him $2.30 an hour. Bitch, what kind of math you doing, okay? And Phaedra's like, well, that's why you got somebody suing you, because you're not paying your employees. And I'm like, oh my God, bitch, tit for tat, titty for tatty. It works on my fucking nerves. I wanted Kandi to knock Phaedra all the way down to the point where she shut the fuck up. That's what I wanted to happen. And that didn't happen. I hope that happened next episode. But that didn't happen this episode, which is why I was so annoyed. Then they asked that why Phaedra had a fucking bodyguard if nothing really happened with DJ or Drama or whoever the fuck that rapper was that they closed down the mall for because they said it was a bomb threat. She said that it wasn't a bomb threat. She says that they misconstrued what he said, and at that time she also used BLM, Black Lives Matter, in her argument to defend him. And Kandi had a problem with that, as we all did, because we can't stand when motherfuckers do shit like act ignorant and then somebody wants to put it in with the Black Lives Matter situation and fuck that up. You are tainting that organization and what that stands for when you gon' act like that's what happened with that retarded ass nigga that had a bomb CD. Like, white people in their 40s don't know what the fuck the bomb is, okay? They grew up in the 90s. They heard that shit. They was singing that shit too. I'm sorry, but something is not right about that story, okay? And then, Phaedra says that all the charges were dropped, and if he had really done something, then why were all the charges dropping? It's like, well, bitch, if all the charges was dropped, fine, but why the fuck they closed down the whole mall if this nigga wasn't really doing nothing? Come on now. He was probably on something, tripping out, making the wrong people feel uncomfortable, and pop goes the weasel motherfucker, call the police and SWAT come out, okay? Like, all right? But it's always something fucking shady about Phaedra. It's always something shady. It's always, lying about dumb shit. It's just always shit like that. And that's so fucking aggravating for her to be on this show and not want to be honest. Like, it drives me insane, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. I did, however, like how Kenya called out Phaedra on the rehearsed reads that she likes to throw out. Okay, she started to say something about Kenya being like an old apartment building or some shit like that, and Kenya was like, yes, for the rehearsed read, bitch. Fuck out of here. And I'm like, thank you. Somebody call her on it. Yeah, bitch, they might be memorable lines, but how many times did you have to write that shit down and memorize it before you could throw it out there at the right moment, bitch? Give me a break. Okay? Everything is so fucking contrived. Then they get on the kids, y'all, because we gotta lighten the mood, okay? They get on Cairo and how he mad because he ain't got his Dora the Explorer, backpack from Cynthia. And Cynthia's like, I thought he got it, but trust and believe he'll have it before the end of the night. Then they start to talk about when Cairo was arrested and how he admitted, or the friend admitted, that they had smoked weed earlier, and that's why they both got arrested, not because he was driving under the influence, but because they admitted to the police that they had smoked earlier. I'm like, that's so fucking stupid. That's dumb. And the question was asked, does she feel bad about how she talked to Nene about Bryce when he got arrested, now that her son has got arrested as well? And she was like, yes, I do, because I understand that they're boys and they're teenagers and they're going to get into shit. So yeah, she feels bad about the comments she made to Nene about her son. Then they asked Candy, does Riley really want to sing, or is that her dream for her? And she was like, look, she was excited when Nicki Minaj told her she likes her song. But I don't have time to be running behind her trying to make her sing, because Escape is about to come out with a VH1 movie, and I got fucking, concerts to do, bitch. Okay? I ain't got time to be trying to make her be a singer, all right? The question is asked if any of the ladies feel like the privileges that they give their children will make them spoiled little brats. And Phaedra says no, because her sons have chores. And I'm like, bitch, please. They also got fucking nannies and maids. So calm down with that assumption. Wait till they become teenagers before they, you can really find out how selfish and self-absorbed your fucking children will be, bitch. Calm down. Cynthia says she does feel that way about Noelle, and I feel like we all feel that way about Noelle. Noelle is a smart, little girl, okay? She does try to read her mama. There have been a few times over the years when we felt like Cynthia needed to check her fucking daughter, okay? Like, get it together, bitch. That's not cute. Don't be talking to your mama like that on television, okay? You talk about later when y'all by yourself. Don't be talking to her like that on fucking camera, okay? Anyway, y'all, they asked if they talked to their kids about anything that happened on the show, and Candy says that she talked to both Riley and Ty's baby, Ty's oldest daughter, Kayla, I think is her name, about the female kissing other female situation with Portia and all of that. And Cynthia said that she talked to her daughter, but we saw that on camera. Okay. Yeah, moving along. So then we get on Sheree, and they ask her about the whole, domestic violence situation with her and Bob, and she gets really emotional, which is a surprise to a lot of people, Candy, me included, because Sheree never shows any real emotion. I feel like Sheree brought Bob on this show under false pretenses. I don't think she was ever going to get back with him, but I do feel like him being on the show and saying the things that he said in front of other people about wishing that he could just throw her ass out the car, that struck a nerve with her. That really did make her relive the pain she went through with him, and him not being sympathetic or apologetic for what he put her through. And for most of us, that's the physical abuse, or saying shit like, if it wasn't for your mama being on this plane, I would want the plane to go down. Like, he said shit like that to her. That's some crazy shit to say to somebody who you married to and have kids with, you know? And everybody knows that Bob is silly and a jokester and shit, but you seem like a cruel, cockeyed motherfucker, Bob. Like, I'm just saying. I'ma just go ahead and call a thing a thing. When she gets into how she has not talked to her children about this because she does not want them to think that it was okay to be in a relationship with a man that did these things to her, I feel bad for her. I really do. In that moment, I really did feel bad for her, because it's like there's no resolve with shit like that, you know? If somebody doesn't really see their own fault in a situation, they're never going to fully apologize, and you're going to always feel like they don't get it. They don't understand what I went through. They don't understand my pain. And that's why you don't need to be with that motherfucker, Sheree. That's real simple. She's still hurt behind him leaving her for 6 months in a house with their 2 young kids. And I understand that hurt her, but at the same time, Sheree, get the fuck over that, okay, bitch? Like, that should have let you know something right then. It wasn't like, you know, he left you destitute, bitch. You was in the house. It'd be different if he kicked your ass out the house and you was out here in the streets with your 2 kids. But he left. And something tells me that it was in your best interest for his ass to leave anyway if y'all was actually having physical altercations at the time. Like, come on, Sheree. But I understand her feeling how she felt. You know, pain is pain, however you perceive it. However you perceive a situation, if it hurts, it fucking hurts. And that hurt her. And the other ladies, Kenya included, you know, everybody was very supportive to her at the end. And, you know, telling her how it's not her fault and she shouldn't feel bad, and, you know, just try to use this as a stepping stone to help other women through the situation. And she says how she's in a grocery store and women come up to her and tell her how her story helped them, and they're all in, you know, grocery store crying and shit. So, you know, the episode did kind of end well with them all having love for each other, because I get so tired of seeing them argue and fight all the time. But there's 2 more parts. There's 2 more fucking parts. So we just gonna wait on it, okay? We gonna wait before we really sink into the kumbaya moment that these bitches was trying to have at the end of this part 2 of this reunion. Anyway, you guys, that's everything I got to say about it, okay? I'm looking through. Nah, that's pretty much everything. I feel like that's pretty much everything. The shit be so all over the place, you know, with them asking questions, and sometimes be on one subject and get off the subject and then go right back to the subject. So the shit be all over the place, but that's the reunion show for you. You guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in Potomac.
On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good, touch my swag,